Good morning, Delray Beach. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Jamil.
And we are here in one of the most beautiful offices in town.
Yes.
With the most beautiful team.
Yes.
At the DDA office.
Amen. She's preaching right now, y'all.
I mean,
She's preaching.
The people in this office are working nonstop behind the scenes to keep this town cool.
You probably wouldn't even know, like, with this small team of individuals, how they're able to do what they do here in the city.
Oh, you would think that there's a team of 500 with the amount of events that I saw in Suzanne's calendar alone. And she's like, oh, that's not all of them. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Yes. And it is the most powerful team of women in here making this town so special.
No, I agree. And if you're thinking, oh, where are they? Who are they talking about?
You're going to find out. You're going to find out.
Yes.
Because you need to know.
Yes. No, I totally agree. I think what a lot of events and the things that they do here in the community has put Delray Beach on the map.
Oh, for sure.
Is one of the reasons why a lot of people have flocked to Delray Beach.
It's why I came here.
Oh,
yeah, my grandparents had a place here a million years ago, and I hate to admit it, but I was like always bored when I came here. And then now we have so much going on that when I left New York, and I swear I was never leaving New York, and I happened upon Delray and saw everything happening, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna stay here a while. And now it's been 11 years. Yes. So I think this is home. But there's always something. I mean, no matter what you're looking for, we have it here in Delray Beach.
It's a wide variety, and I think they really cater to the whole community of Delray Beach. Totally with their events.
What has been happening in the last week? Your kids are off of school, right?
Yes.
So you have summer break, so you don't have to do drop off or pick up?
Nothing. I have to try to I have to have my son, I have to create his own summer camp. So we have to do fishing, we have to go hunt, I have to keep him busy.
Yeah.
So, my daughter, she's cheering at Santa Lucia, so she's busy with cheer practice
and
things.
That's great.
That's good. I just try to I have to keep him busy.
Yeah.
So I think I'll be a summer camp counselor of one kid.
Oh, that's a really
figure out things.
Can I bring mine to you too? We got the Jamil summer camp. Drop the kids off. He's ready. Yeah, we have until the 9th, so we're still in school mode.
You're still in school. Okay, sweet.
But there's so many things coming up that are always happening in town. Like we'll talk about a little bit later. We have First Friday Art Walk coming up this week. You can come see me at the Arts Warehouse.
So I had a couple people ask me, what is Friday? What is the First Friday?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So many studios and galleries around town. Actually, the DDA are who put it on. So you'll hear about that when Suzanne and Laura come on. But you get to go and meet artists and see galleries, and there's wine and beer, and you can hang out and walk around town. And my studio in the Arts Warehouse, we have 14 artists in residence, and there's a beautiful exhibition that you can come and see and stop at the Cornell and all the galleries along the way. But it's a really great night out, and it's free to the public to go in and wander around and see some art.
That's something really cool to do on a Friday night, So, either before dinner, after dinner, or whatever it may be.
And it's from 6 to 9, so you can get something yummy from one of our million amazing restaurants here in town and have some fun.
Go after happy hour or something like that.
Exactly. Well, speaking of fun, we have one of my favorite people coming on.
She is really, like, when you talk about the mother of this show.
Oh, yeah.
She really birthed this show.
Yeah, she did. Her and Ryan are the reason that the two of us are sitting here every Wednesday. And I'm just so grateful for what they've built and that we've been trusted to sit in their very big shoes. I was gonna say seats, but the seat isn't really big. But fill these very big shoes and be able to continue their mission here.
I agree. And ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, please help us welcome Miss Kate Volman. She's the CEO of Floyd Coaching and also the founder of the Delray Morning Live show.
So good to have you back.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for having me. So excited.
Yes. I mean, it's one of those like full circle weird moments a million years ago. And I was like, these two are so cool and this show is amazing. I was so excited and nervous to come on. And then we get to do it now that you've moved on to huge things.
The crazy thing about it, I was a guest on the show as well, And I tell people this all the time. It was a little couch, and you guys had an iPhone.
It was set up like this.
iPhone up in Ryan's office upstairs.
Yeah.
Filming the show. So when Ryan was texting me, he was like, "Hey, come on our show. Talk about Atlantic High School and football and everything." So when I get to his office, and I'm more of like, "Okay, where's the cameras? And everything." And then he takes his phone out and just places it up.
But it worked.
But it worked.
Was so
It did.
great. And then we've been able to expand and build on top
I mean,
of
look
what
at it now. You have
started.
like a whole setup and a
I
crew.
know,
It's like
it's
so
exciting.
No, we
fancy.
did that just for you. These are really fake cameras. These cameras are not real.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. But you've been so busy. I mean, that is the reason why ultimately Ryan and Kate had to step out, because you guys got too busy. So tell us a little bit about what you've been doing. What is Floyd Coaching, and what's going on? Because you're always doing cool things.
Yes. Well, so I ended up moving up to West Palm. So that's really a big reason why I was like, you guys need to take the show, because I'm not here anymore. Delray Beach is the most amazing place. But I actually run a company called Floyd Coaching, and it's an incredible organization. It was founded by Matthew Kelly, who is an author and a speaker and an entrepreneur, and he wrote the book, The Dream Manager. So one of the things that we do, our flagship program is the Dream Manager program. So we actually certify life coaches that go into an organization, and we believe that an organization can only become the best version of itself to the extent that their people are becoming better versions of themselves. So these dream managers are really tasked with being the life coach for their team members, and ultimately increases engagement, and people just enjoy coming to work and doing great things together. So we do a lot of coaching, executive coaching and leadership training, and really getting to work with organizations and leaders to help them build dynamic teams, and also just become better coaches for their people. Because people need a coach more than they need a manager.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so cool.
It is so cool.
So that's very cool, but you did something even cooler. We've got to share what this brilliant lady has been working on. Can you show us?
Oh my gosh, you guys!
Can you show us?
You just need to come on the show, and these two would make you feel like a rock star.
I have chills.
I wrote a book. So I wrote this beautiful book, which, yes, I do believe it's beautiful. I think
It's gorgeous.
I'm obsessed with the cover.
Oh no, as you should be. And I will say, we were talking about this earlier. Kate came to me and she was looking at her book covers, and she's like, "How do you feel about them?" And I was like, I didn't want to tell her I didn't love it. And I was like, well, this one's pretty. And she was like, "You don't like it?" And I was like, no, this one's pretty. She's like, well, I'm using the other one. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she showed me this one, and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect.
Yes. It's so interesting. So anyone who has written a book, you know that the process, there's a lot going into the writing process, and then you learn all the stuff about like the design of the cover, and what are you putting inside. I know, the pop of color. So there's so much that goes into it, and I've just learned so much about the writing process and what it takes to actually write a book and put it into the world, and the creative process. And so
what inspired you to really write this book? So let's talk about it.
Yes.
All right, so what inspired you?
Okay, so I believe that every single one of us is creative. I think a lot of people out there, they don't believe that they're creative, right? We think creativity means you're a band and you're creating, you're designing things, or you're a musician, or you're an artist or a painter. Every single one of us is creative. And I believe that when we explore our creativity, we're living more fulfilling lives.
Yes.
And so I really want people to understand that no matter where you are in life, maybe you have a job and you don't love it, but you love gardening or cooking, or you want to start a podcast or write a book. You can do all of those things, and you should do all of those things no matter where you are. And when you tap into that creativity and you start working on that stuff, you're going to be more excited about your life.
Yeah.
You're going to become a better spouse, mother, friend, coworker, advocate, all of those pieces. Your life is just going to be uplifted. And I feel like throughout my whole career, whether I've worked for someone or I've run my own company, and I've been in both situations, I've always tapped into my creativity. This show was an idea.
Yep.
I came to Ryan and I said, we need a show. Like, we need to do this morning show. And it was literally an idea. And like you just said, we started with our little camera.
Yeah.
This was the dream, to have like lights and all the things.
Right.
But just starting.
Yes.
Right. And so, and then look what it turned into. And now you guys get to do the show. And so it's just so exciting. And so whether you have this idea and you want to write a book or start a podcast or a YouTube channel or become, some kind of you want to explore your creativity in gardening or pottery or photography.
So, when you speak of that, some people tend to develop a lot of excuses.
Yes.
So we may have a passion for whatever it may be, gardening, maybe cooking, whatever it is. But the one thing people say, I don't have time. I don't have this. I don't have that. What do you say to those individuals that really have those skills? Oh, the kids, I got to watch the kids. I got to do this. I have to do that.
Yeah.
What do you say to them?
Okay, so that is a great question. And it's funny because in the book, I shared the 7 myths that stop us from pursuing our passions.
Yes.
And myth number 6 is there's not enough time.
Yeah.
Right. And so, and I get that, right? Like we have a lot going on. All of us have a lot going on. And what I really like to remind people is, look, we all have the same amount of time every day. And it's about the priority. It's how you prioritize what it is that's really important to you. And when we really look at our lives, if we are really honest with ourselves, which we don't like to be, are we scrolling a little too much on social media? Are we surfing online? Are we on Amazon buying lots of things
Too
that
many shoes
we probably
or whatever
don't need?
Right.
Exactly.
And when we really take a time audit, we notice that there's 5 minutes here, there's 10 minutes there.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful piece about it is like, you don't need an hour to write a book.
I totally
you need
agree.
10 minutes.
Right. 10
You
minutes
need
a
10
day.
minutes. If you love writing poetry, you can't find 10 minutes out of the day to just quickly write something.
For yourself. You're doing it for yourself.
For you.
And that's the me time, I think, with a lot of people. It's so important, especially with everything that's going on, what you're busy, taking care of the kids, cooking, going to work, getting stuck in traffic. You have to figure out what you're going to do for yourself. Even if that's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, figure out that time. If you have to sacrifice sleep and get up and meditate, whatever it is, you need that time because it provides sanity. It provides sanity to you.
It provides sanity and
it brings joy.
It brings so much joy to your life, and it helps you in those other areas. So especially with, I know a lot of moms, they have a lot of like mom guilt and like I have to be spending all this time. Well, when you do things for you, you're becoming a better mom and parent, and you're showing your children, hey, this is important. And when we're kids, we explore our creativity all day long. When we get older, that's when we start dropping off. Like, oh, I don't have time to play the piano. I don't have time to take out the pencil and start drawing or whatever.
You make the time.
You make the time.
And what I love here too is I love that when you buy her book, you'll see it says a guide to living your creative life without leaving your job. So I think that is so brilliant too, because there's so many people that think if you're going to be creative, it has to be your full-time job. No. Right. And maybe that's what scares them. They're scared to explore creativity because, I have a safe job or I make a lot of money or whatever the reason is that they're in their job they don't maybe love. But you don't have to.
Yeah.
You can have it all.
We feel like a lot of times people will think it's all or nothing.
Yes.
And especially in this world where you can earn a living doing your passion, right? Like you can start a podcast or a blog or people that are making millions on YouTube. Sure, that is possible. Yeah. And if it's a dream of yours, go after it, make it happen. Yeah. However, it's not all or nothing. You can completely, there's so many individuals that we work with. They really enjoy the work that they do. They enjoy their job, but they've lost that passion in their creativity. And so you can do both of those things. And what's beautiful is if you explore some of those passions, you'll start to see, maybe I can turn this into a career. Or maybe you just want it to be your fun passion. I love writing poetry. I do not plan on earning a living as a poet, but it doesn't stop me from writing poems, every time I get a chance.
So where can they find this book?
Because you got to buy a copy.
Buy a copy. So we don't need to continue to just like buy needless things on Amazon, but you should go on Amazon and buy my book.
This isn't needless. This is inspiring. And if you haven't been inspired in the last 5 minutes with Kate, you need to get this book and really, or if you have been inspired like I am, every single time I spend 3 seconds with you, I feel joyful, I feel empowered, I'm ready to do
that transfer
something.
Of energy, yes.
It is, and that's what you're gonna feel through this or through your coaching. I mean, I just think there's so many ways that everyone out there can connect with this incredible woman So where do we buy your book? Where do we find out more about you? And how can everybody continue to share the love with you?
Well, you can find me all over social, right? Like everyone. You can just go to katevolman.com, and then yes, on Amazon you can get the book. You can just search my name, Kate Volman, and pick up a copy. And I so appreciate all of your support. And thank you both so much for continuing on the show. I mean, that's what I find so interesting too. It's like, you know, there's this idea that was birthed, it came out, and then for it to keep going, even though like Ryan and I have kind of left the show to just watch you guys do it. Yes. Ryan and I still talk about it. We're like, how cool is it? And they're making it bigger and better, and you're continuing to bring on new guests, and it really is wonderful, and I'm so grateful to both of you for all that you're doing.
Well, we're grateful for you.
Yes, thank you.
And I cannot wait to read this.
So is this mine?
That's yours.
We can keep it. I need it signed up.
I got a gift.
We need a signing.
Yes.
Oh my God, you guys are amazing.
Have a beautiful
thank you
day.
very much.
Thank you. I mean, she really is just such an incredible person, such a beautiful force of energy, and she's putting more of her magic out in the world.
And we got a free book.
He likes anything free. He just wants free things. No, I like things of substance really like this.
Yeah, this is nice.
Well, speaking about magical people who are doing so many things every single day to make not even just this town, but South Florida a cooler place. Right. I mean, let's be real. Our effect from Delray has trickled. Yes. It's not just contained within our walls, but the force of energy.
I think it has turned Delray. It turned Delray from a dry land to like Disney World almost.
Yes, it is. It's like a Disneyland for grown-ups.
All adults.
Yes. I think we think that should be our branding. But let's welcome on two people that I feel like everybody in town knows, but in case you don't, Jamel, do your announcer voice for these two.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as you sit back home on your couch, as you sit at your computer, let's welcome this dynamic duo, Miss Suzanne Boyd. She's a strategic marketing manager here at the DDA, and Laura Simon, your executive director.
Oh my gosh, look at all your cue props.
Oh, the whole crowd is going wild in the back. Oh, everybody's jumping. Yes.
I mean, guys, your swag is This is like Christmas. I'm going to use this every day.
It's a love theme today.
It's the love.
Yeah, love
well,
Delray.
you know, we have so much love in Delray. I love the little heart fans. Yeah. Okay, so for anybody who's out there and has clearly been living under a rock and does not know who the DDA is and what you guys are doing for all of us, do you want to give us a little quick snippet about you?
The Cliff Notes version, right?
The Cliff Notes for all the people out there with a 3-second attention span.
Yeah. Well, first, I appreciate you all. Just your intro is beautiful, and welcoming you here to our space and the heart, or in part of the heart of downtown Delray. The Downtown Development Authority is this behind-the-scenes organization that has been here for 52 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So 52-year-old organization.
52.
So to your right, Disney Club, we're about the same. We're a little older than you.
They're older. They're the original.
Disney World took after us.
We're off there. Yeah. But the magical things happen together. Yes. So it's a great organization started by property owners and business owners, residents in the community that really had a passion and wanted to save downtown. And they got together. West Palm had just started a Downtown Development Authority, and they needed an organization to govern over the downtown, its development, its progress, work with the city. City was making changes, and they said, we need an organization like this. So they went to the state, established a statute that governs over our organization, and we're a separate taxing authority that does amazing things.
Amazing things.
We keep downtown vibrant, clean, and safe.
Yes.
That's really the basis of what we do.
And you see the effects of this every day. All of the people that everyone refers to are about the yellow shirts.
Right.
That was your baby. I mean, and we really have so much thanks for that, because there is, a lot of times, like if you're walking to your car alone, you have somebody who can come and support you. And there's so many things like this that have been implemented thanks to your team.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was just about to say, I think that's one of the few.
It's amazing.
One of the few things that you guys really do. And I think when you look at your calendar of events,
It's incredible.
and I think that's what really keeps us adults, being big kids, you
Yeah.
know. So I think speaking of that, let's talk about that. You know, like what big events do you guys have coming up? What's something that's coming to the downtown? What's coming to Delray that people can get excited about?
Well, awesome. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so I think, in addition to the events, because the events are our signature
Yes.
thing, right? Art and Jazz is our big event. In fact, we were supposed to have Art and Jazz tonight, but we had to postpone it because of the weather. Probably going to have it again in August on West Atlantic. But in addition to the events that we have, we have a lot of buckets that the DDA is in charge of. So placemaking is what we do. So all of the street pole banners that you see in downtown, the cafe lights that are strung across Pineapple Grove.
make it so charming.
The Christmas lights, we do all that. We pay for all of that. The safety ambassadors that you were talking about, advocacy for our downtown businesses and residents to make sure that they are represented when it comes to decisions made by the city. So our big events are Art and Jazz. We have First Friday Art Walk that you talked about this
It's
weekend.
so much fun.
So Friday night we have Milan Shamble, who is an American Idol contestant. She's going to be performing at the Old School Square Amphitheater.
Which is a great addition to Art Walk. Not only is it visual, but now you have performing arts at the same time. It's so exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we did that. We've been doing pop-up entertainment around the town, so we added just another slice of pop-up music at the stage to incorporate the museum because they have a great exhibition showing in there.
That's what I was going to ask you about the museum, because there's always, chatter about the museum. So can you guys tell us a little bit about what's happening that's exciting in the museum right now that people should go and check out? And Art Walk is the perfect opportunity to do it if you don't have another time.
Yeah, so we recently took over operation and management of the entire Old School Square campus. The DDA did.
That's exciting.
So we're in
A lot of
partnership.
work. A lot of work.
We
It was
say,
exciting.
When I heard that, I was like, oh gosh, guys. I was like, another project.
that's a whole separate
So,
calendar.
you need
That is a
body for
separate- that
You
is
gotta
a
hire somebody
separate-
just to finish that by itself.
And so, in partnership with the city, we basically are activating the entire campus. And the Cornell Art Museum was the first thing to be activated because that was the first building that we opened, basically, or reopened. And back in December, we've had several exhibitions inside the Cornell Art Museum. Right now, we have the Surfing Florida exhibition, which is a 100-year history of surfing, which is so cool. If you haven't had a chance to go check it out, you absolutely should. And then we have World of Water, which is a nod to our ocean and all of the things that connected to our water and why it's so important that we protect it and are cognizant of what it does for us, and our earth.
Yes.
So that's really cool. But we're switching both of those out in June and getting new exhibitions, so we have so much going on at the Cornell Art Museum.
Oh my God.
When I seen that you guys were taking over the Old School Square and figuring out events, and I was just like, oh my gosh, how are they going to do this? But at the same time, I said everything that you guys do is 5-star and it's top
Yes,
notch.
it always
So
is.
I was like, you know what? No matter what happens, I know they're going to blow it out of the water. So I'm just so excited to see what you guys come up with.
Yeah.
That's coming up.
Concerts on the first and third Thursday of every month, free concerts, Mindful Monday. So every Monday at 12 p.m., free yoga, healing classes. All of this is happening at Old School Square.
Yeah. Our goal was to really just activate, and especially for the summer. Summer's a really tough time for downtown, as you know, and a time that we all, speaking of our Love Delray campaign, but it's really something that, we wanted to be cognizant of and filling some gaps, some daytime, bring people downtown and bring to shop, dine, and enjoy the arts in the community. So
And also for those of us who live here, Laura,
Right,
I think that's the
absolutely.
thing that a lot of people forget, but you guys acknowledge, those of us who are here year round, because there's a lot of snowbirds, but a lot of us, especially with young kids, we can't leave that often.
Well, and that's why we created Love Delray. It's for
Tell
our
us
local.
about it. We want to know all about
We
it.
created this campaign, Love Delray. It's the summer of Love Delray. And basically, if you're a local and that, you're local or the surrounding areas, you get 20% off at almost all of our downtown hotels.
Wow.
All summer long, and many participating businesses.
That's
So
incredible.
we have a whole page, downtowndelraybeach.com/lovedelray. And if you go there, you can see all of the businesses that are participating. But even like the Florida resident rate at hotels is 15% off. So you get an
Great.
extra 5% off if you're a local
Great
at most of our
opportunity to
hotels.
staycation.
So lots of staycation opportunities, food, dining, services, all kinds of cool things.
We did
Golf cart
also-
rentals.
We incorporated our chamber members as well as part
Yes.
of this program.
Yeah, so we partnered with the chamber, yes.
downtown.
So lots of chamber
yeah.
members are involved as well.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you this. Listen. With the DDA, especially for our downtown, like the business owners downtown.
Yes.
If you haven't been to a DDA meeting or you want to reach out, you really need to connect with them, especially if you feel you don't know what's going on in the community around you, you're having any struggles within your business, you need some guidance, you're new to the area and you really don't know anybody, listen, you need to connect with them big time. They're so passionate about the business owners and passionate about Delray. They want everyone to succeed. That's why you're bringing in different events. That's why you're looking at areas that are not activated, that need more foot traffic, and figuring out ways, how can we get people over here in this corridor to cater to these businesses?
And Laura was born and raised in Delray. I think a lot of
is
people.
Delray
Laura
Beach.
is Delray.
She
Her
is.
father started
Her father-
the DDA in the 70s.
Her father started everything in
Her father
Delray.
went to everything. Square.
Yes.
So, I mean, she has a huge connection to not only the downtown, but the Old School Square campus.
And your passion shows.
Yeah.
And in the team that you've built, I mean, I think that's been the most exciting thing to watch is this powerhouse team. No, but really, it is. Every single member of this team is equally as passionate.
you.
There is not
Yeah,
a single
they are.
person, if you walk in this building here, that
agree.
isn't going to come at you with the same level of love and passion.
Right.
And it makes sense that they have love Delray because they're walking the walk.
Well, too, and the thing is, when you look at Delray, I think a while ago, Laura, she visioned to say, you know what,
Yes.
downtown really doesn't start when you get to Swinton either. Downtown really starts when you get off 95. And just trying to connect both communities, because for so long there was a disconnect between the west side of Atlantic and also the east side.
Yeah.
But Laura really wanted to close that gap, and now, catering to the merchants on the west side, just like she's catering on the east side, doing events on both sides. It's really big.
And it's important. It's
Yes.
important for all of our town. And then for those of you who don't know, they are the people who put on Savor the Ave, Delray Fashion Week.
I'm so sad it's going Delray Fashion Week.
So
but-
we had a fashion day, and it was amazing. We had an amazing day. But that's the thing, and this is why it matters for everyone to speak up and say, we love this event, we need this event. It's important to me as a resident or business owner, because then they can talk to their board and make it happen for all of us. But it's those voices of support for these events and showing up that allows them to be able to continue to do it.
Yeah, and I just want to mention that the first 100 people to our Sunset Concert Series tomorrow night at Old School Square will get some Love Delray swag.
Oh, and this is a nice water bottle. This is not a cheapie, guys.
And these are nice bags,
right? Because it's
too.
really good. We put our book and our water bottle in the bag, right?
How about some books?
People love gifts, I mean.
This is really great. And just even everything you do and every touch point from like the colors. I mean, we were talking about this earlier. It
The
just,
font.
The font. It is. It's so fun and so appropriate for our beach town. And we are just so lucky to have you guys here.
Well, thank you. And I think we're just, we're blessed to work. I know I'm blessed to be part of this organization and to be part of my town and to give back and serve. And I think that's the one thing that, you mentioned being involved and having voice, and that's really like our organization is that voice of downtown. So really making sure that, we're listening. We want to listen, and we want to make sure that we're finding solutions and action, and just making downtown a beautiful place for our kids.
Yes.
And our grandkids.
And you're
So, and
doing it.
yeah,
And we are so lucky. And
Thank
as speaking as a downtown business owner also, like it really wouldn't be the same without you guys. And the things like the Orchids on Mother's Day, I mean, it got people spending more money. They were like, I
We
have
had
to
people
spend a
coming up
little
with
bit
like
more.
$5,000 receipts.
Yeah.
We were like, oh.
They're shopping downtown. And I really do think that was a
Orchid
driver for it.
Yeah.
It was those things that are implemented that your team worked hard on. I saw them out there because I was volunteering at the Green Market, and they were giving away orchids, and more people were coming with receipts. And that's what helps all of us stay in business, and people be reminded, Yes, online is nice, but to come in and touch and feel and engage with community members.
And this is another reason why I love Delray Beach. I have to tell you, there are not too many places where you can go and you have a team like this that's behind you, that's supporting you as a business owner. You know, so it's really big. You know, so you guys are doing a wonderful job. I have to say, like, and I know I tell you this all the time. The events are top notch. So you know, the Favorite Avenue. Oh my God, that's something.
Great partners and great businesses that come behind it as well.
Yes.
We, you know, I can't do fashion.
See that? She can't even sit and take credit. She can't even sit and take credit for it. I didn't do this. No, we have great partners. You're supposed to say that. But we can go ahead and tell you that you guys are doing a wonderful job.
You are.
So just so before we go, where can they find out more information about the DDA?
DowntownDelrayBeach.com.
Yes.
And for Old School Square, DelrayOldSchoolSquare.com.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
So check
thank
them
you
out.
so
Thank
much
you,
for
thank
all
you.
you do every day. We
Thanks for
wouldn't be
having
the same town without you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Or you guys.
Thank you. I love it.
Alrighty.
Well, I cannot wait to see the concert series and check out all the fun things during Art Walk.
Yeah. Did you know I can sing?
Oh yeah, you talk about it every week. You know, eventually we're gonna make you do it. I'm gonna eventually, guys. I promise. I'm going to make this man sing. Make you sing in the shower. We're gonna need to get Marissa on this. Marissa, we need some.
So the thing is
video.
that I want to perform.
I don't know where this is going, guys. This is like a little scary. This is a little frightening.
I have a band, you know, we can get up and
Okay, so
perform at it.
you're gonna have a band and you're gonna go to.
I would not embarrass
You're gonna
myself.
go talk
not at
to
all.
Laura and
That was a
perform.
joke. That was a
Laura,
joke.
you heard he wants to
Listen,
come. He
listen,
volunteers.
listen.
I'll back you up.
I know my God-given limitations.
What is he about to do now? Well, this was an amazing show with
was.
so many incredible people that are right here in our community, changing the world from right here in Delray Beach.
I love Delray Beach. And guess
sure
what?
do.
With that being said, have a Delray Day. Peace. We love you. Out. Go. DDA. Yes. By the book.